If you are a successful man and you are eating well, you're sleeping and you're training and everything is well optimized from a health point of view, but you are still feeling exhausted, then there's a good chance that you might be blaming the wrong thing and there's another reason. And what's interesting is that most men in your situation will blame the same thing and do the same thing. They assume it must be physical and not something else. So what they do is they optimize all these other things like sleep, they optimize nutrition, they optimize supplementation, and they may even go on holiday or take time off. And for a short moment, it may fix the problem. But the issue is that the tiredness always seems to come back. And that's the confusing part, because on paper, you're doing everything right. So let me say this clearly and explain the reason why you might be feeling like this. You see, for high performing men, the reason for tiredness is not usually sleep, nutrition, exercise, or anything else physical. It's not the cause, it's actually something a lot quieter than that. And once you see that, you can't really unsee it. What I see again and again is it's not just one big thing draining you. It's what I call, and what a lot of people would call, death by 1,000 cuts. And what I basically mean by that is it's small things, constant things that are just picking away at you. And these might be things that you've learned to tolerate, or you think you've learned to tolerate. It might be something like somebody that you're in contact with still, but you don't really want to be. And what that person does to you when they're in contact with you is just leave you with tension. It could just be as simple as a phone call you receive and you read the person's name on your phone and you think, you get that sinking feeling in your body and you think, do I really want to answer this? I don't really want to answer this phone call. You know this person's going to drain you and make you feel a certain way. It could be a work environment where you're having to manage different personalities. And it may be that it could be your boss or it could be a colleague, that when you go into that work environment, they just make you feel that sinking feeling, you know? Or it could be something such as family dynamics where you have to be agreeable just to keep things smooth. You see, none of these things actually knock you out in one go. They just keep picking at you slowly over time, and that's what we call death by 1,000 cuts. Here's the part that most men completely miss. When a man lives like that, or in an environment like that, your nervous system actually never switches off. So even when you rest, you don't recover because you're constantly on. And that's the exact reason why physical things such as sleep, such as taking a holiday and getting some sunshine, and such as exercise and nutrition, they only fix that problem of tiredness short term. Because the drain isn't physical, it's completely mental. This is the cost of being around people who are toxic and being around people that drain you. These are the same people that make you bite your tongue and make you feel smaller than you actually are. High performing men are particularly susceptible to this and particularly at risk of this problem, because the problem is that you're super reliable and you just learn to tolerate things. You are the calm one or the capable one, or you are the one who can handle it. These are the men that stay in environments that completely drain them. They keep people around them who quietly exhaust them, and they ignore all of these warning signals and just push through until tiredness becomes a background state. So what I'm basically saying to you is that tiredness isn't a physical flaw, okay? Tiredness is a signal to your brain to tell you that something in your environment isn't right. It's either the people you're with, it's either the family that you're with, it's either the work colleagues that you're with, or there are definitely going to be some people in your life that are draining you of your energy. It's not that you need a new routine. It's not that you need to cold plunge. It's not that you need to journal or meditate or exercise or look at your sleep schedule. Yes, you may need to do some of those things. Like, we are all creatures that need sleep, okay? We need an adequate amount of sleep. But I'm assuming in this video that you do get enough sleep and you do eat well and you are um, training or exercising at some point in the week. But these are not the reasons I'm referring to. Okay, I'm talking about men who already do those things, but they still feel tired. Because ultimately, if you are in that situation, something needs to change, and it needs to change fast. And this channel is about helping men recognize that feeling, help them build or rebuild internal authority, and stop bleeding energy where they don't need to. You see, you're not lazy, you're not broken, okay? You just need to look at your environment and the people in it. If that resonated with you, or if anything I said in there really hit home, drop me a comment.